All right, so I'm recording.
Okay, I'm back.
Perfect, good timing, Jalen. All right, here we go. So first thing we're gonna do is a regular hexagon inscribed in a circle. And before we do that, you guys watch those little videos. So what does it mean for it to be inscribed in a circle?
Like inside of it?
Inside.
Yeah, it's like inside, and something important about that is that each vertex touches the circle. Each vertex of this hexagon is going to touch the circle. All right, ready? So
Yep.
first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna just put a dot, just put a point down. And we'll call this O. So I just start by making a point anywhere on the page. Then I'm gonna make a circle. So I'm gonna make a circle by putting the tip of my compass on that point and then just going all the way around. And this can be a circle of any diameter, any radius. I'm gonna make mine pretty big so that, because I want to take up the whole page, but you don't have to make yours that that big. Actually, let me put this right on the table. Okay, so I'm turning my paper around and around till I have a circle. So there's my circle. All right, and then what I'm going to do is with my straight edge, well, actually, you know what? No. With my compass, I'm going to basically just put a dot down anywhere on the edge of this circle. So far we have the center of the circle. We called that one O. And then I just put a dot anywhere else on the outside of the circle. I'm calling this one A. Okay, so step one, done. Now what I'm gonna do is I have my compass, and I'm just gonna make sure that the compass is the same width from O to A. So I'm just setting it to make sure it's the same width from O to A. And I'm not gonna touch it. I'm not gonna make it wider or less wide. I'm gonna leave it the way it is. And I'm going to put it on A. So I'm putting the edge of it, the tip of it, on A. And then I'm gonna make a little tick mark wherever it crosses the circle.
Yes, it kind of looked like the solar system.
Yeah, a little
And
bit.
the sun is in the middle.
Okay, so far I just made this tick mark over here. And where that tick mark crosses itself, that's gonna be B. Then I'm gonna do it again. I'm gonna start at B. I haven't changed the width at all. And I'm gonna make a tick mark at the next place where it crosses the circle. This one is C. And I'm gonna do it again. I still haven't changed the width at all. Now I'm putting my compass down on C, and I'm gonna make another tick mark. This is point D. I'm going all the way around, and I just keep doing that. Now I'm putting it on point D, and I make a tick mark. This will be point E. And then one last time, I put it on point E, and I make my last tick mark. And that's on F. Okay, so to review what I've done so far, I drew my circle with a center at O. I made my dot anywhere on the edge of the circle. I set my compass to be the width between those 2 points. And from there, all I did was I just kept making these tick marks. I started with A, I got B. Then I went to B, I got C. And I just went all the way around. Do I have any questions so far?
Are you going to turn that into a hexagon?
I am, yeah. So now I have how many points? I have 6 points all the way around, and they're all equidistant. What does equidistant mean?
The same distance.
They're the
Same
same
width.
distance from each other because I didn't change the width of this compass. So now I'm going to go to A. I'm going to connect A and B. Then I connect B and C, and I'm going to go all the way around and just connect all the dots till I have a hexagon.
That's cool.
Yeah, it is.
Top 10 ways how to make a perfect hexagon.
Exactly. There you go. That is my regular hexagon. Remind me, what does regular mean?
All sides are the same distance or the same length.
Yeah, all sides are congruent. So here's my regular hexagon inscribed inside a circle. Do I have any questions? Yeah, I know the camera keeps doing that focus thing. I'm gonna see if I can make that stop. Okay,
I
any
think it's gonna
questions?
stop. It's adjusting till
To the
what's
change,
the
I
name?
know. It's because I had
Camera's
my
constantly
headphones.
moving.
It's because my headphones were dangling underneath and then it kept trying to focus on that. All right, any questions on regular hexagon? Going once?
No.
Going twice? Awesome. All right, this one's one of the easy ones. The next one is pretty much exactly the same thing. And that is equilateral triangle inscribed in a circle. So again, equilateral means all sides are congruent. Inscribed means that the vertices have to touch the edge of the circle. So I'm going to start it the same way. I'm going to have a point that's my center. I'm going to set my compass to whatever width you want. It doesn't matter. But from there, you're not going to change it again. So wherever you end, whatever you set it to, you're going to leave it like that the entire time. And I'm going to draw my circle. And I do that by turning the page.
Is this one the triangle?
Yes.
So you would only do 3 dots, right?
You'll see what I mean by that, what I'm going to do about it. It's very similar because it's only 3 dots. But in order to get those 3 dots, I'm going to have to make 6 dots. So I'm going to do the same thing. And I just lost my pen. So hold on, I have to grab a new one. It just fell behind my desk. Okay. All right. So I'm going to do the same exact thing as the hexagon, except that this time I'm only connecting 3 of them together. So just like before, I'm not changing the width at all, but I'm just going to draw one point on this circle anywhere. And that's my A. Not changing the width, I'm going to set my compass on A and draw a tick mark. And I could draw all the letters, but I'm going to do that at the end. And I put my compass on B, draw a tick mark. Put the compass on C, draw a tick mark. On D, draw your tick mark. And on E.
Wait, how are you gonna make a triangle with still like
Just make a
7
pentagon.
points? Oh wait.
Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's 6.
Oh,
I can't
okay.
count.
Okay. So I have the same, I started the same way, but instead of doing A to B, B to C, C to D, and so on, I'm picking only 3. So I can pick every other. So we could do F, B, and D. And I'm going to connect those 3. So F to D. F to B. And then B to D.
Top
And there's
5 ways
my-
how to make a perfect triangle.
There's my perfect triangle, my equilateral triangle.
And you can do an upside down one with the other points. but we're not gonna
Yes.
do that.
Right, yeah, you could do another one with the other 3 points. Exactly. Questions on equilateral triangle or or regular hexagon. It's almost the same
No.
process. Awesome.
I get it.
I'm gonna go back to doing math.
Okay, next up we have a square inside a circle. So say we're inscribing a circle. This time we have a square.
I'm gonna wait for the circle inside of a circle.
All right, so this starts off very similarly. We're going to start by making our circle.
So you can do that dot anywhere in the paper?
Yep, anywhere. All right, I have my compass. I'm going to set it to any width, and I'm just going to make a circle.
You can put it anywhere, but the middle will be more easy.
Well, the
easier.
reason we draw a dot is so that we don't lose track of where the center is. Because if you
Yes.
just draw a random circle and you don't label the center, then you're going to lose the place where it was. All right, I have my circle. And I need to make a square, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to label one point on the edge and call that A. Okay. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a line that goes all the way across the circle, but it has to cross A and O. So I'm just lining it up to make sure it crosses A and O. And I'm going to make it go all the way across. Okay. And we can call the other side B. And by the way, does anyone remember what this is called? What is the measurement that goes all the way across?
180. Wait, no.
Well, it is
Um,
180,
Radius,
but it has a name. It's not the radius, it's the,
circumference.
not the
Circum-
circumference, it's the other, I
That's
think.
a,
No.
Yeah, Perla's got it, the diameter.
Ooh, I'm smart.
oh, so smart. Good job.
So I'm gonna write the steps down because this one's a little bit longer. So first was draw a circle. 2 was draw the diameter.
I wonder how you're gonna make a square out of this.
And 3, we're gonna draw
I see how she can do it.
the
Big brain.
perpendicular
Bisector.
bisector
Yay.
of AB. And the way we do that, we've learned this before, but I will go over it again. You're going to go to A, and you're going to set your compass to be wider than halfway. So
And
I'm
then
putting
you're
it
gonna draw a little mark.
wider than halfway. And I'm going to draw a tick mark above my line and then below my line. As long as it's more than halfway, it doesn't matter where, you're going to just make sure you draw one above, then you just go down and do it below. Okay. Then you do the same, don't change the width, then you do the same with B. You're going to draw a tick mark above
And then it makes 2 X's
and then
Wow.
below.
or T's.
It should make an X, I just didn't make my first one long enough, so I'm going to go back and I'm just going to fix that. There we go. And now I have 2 X's, one above, one below. What I'm going to do is I'm going to connect the center point where they cross, right here and right here. I'm going to connect those and make sure I pass through the center.
And there's your perpendicular bisector.
There's my perpendicular bisector, exactly.
Here's your square.
And I'm going to call this one C, and down here this will be D. And then the last step is to connect the points. So I'm connecting A, D, B, and C. A to D, D to B, B to C, and C to A. And there's my square. Questions about this construction?
So it's like you're making a diamond, but it's a square.
Yeah, technically it kind of looks like a diamond because I have it this way.
You have to rotate it.
But
and then
I
it's
know,
a square.
yeah, and I know that this is a square because since this was the perpendicular bisector, I know that these are all 90 degrees. All of these are 90, which
And
means,
all the mini triangles are equal.
and all of the mini triangles are equal. So that makes my big angle down here also 90. So all 4 of these have to be 90 degrees.
Oh, okay, I get it.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like a fortune teller.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. I like this one a lot. All right, moving on. So no final questions? Okay. All right, now we're gonna move on to,
Circle.
no, copy of an angle.
Dang it.
So copy of an angle is when it gives you an angle and then you have to copy it. This one's pretty easy as well. So first thing is I'm gonna make an angle. Make an angle. You're gonna make an angle with any 3 points. So I can just draw 3 points wherever I want them to be. And I'm gonna connect them this way. So I'm gonna make one ray goes in one direction and the other ray goes the other way. And we can call this point A. So I just made an angle. It could be any angle, doesn't really matter as long as you just make sure it's between 3 points. But now I want to copy this angle. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my compass. I'm going to set it to any width. I'm going to put my compass point down on A. Make it a little bit skinnier. Okay. I'm going to put my compass down on A, and I'm just going to draw an arc that goes all the way across that angle. Now, I'm going to start my other construction off to the side. And I'm going to start that by making a point, and we can call this one B, and just making one ray. It can be in any direction, but we got to start with at least one ray. And I'm going to take my compass, and you know how I just did this arc right here? I'm not changing it. I'm going to copy that arc on my other.
Miss, that ray looks uneven.
It really does,
Just
though.
you wait. Just you wait. Okay. So far, all I've done is I've copied that arc on my other ray. And now I'm going to take my compass and I'm going to set it to make sure it's the width from, okay, when I created this arc over here, I made 2 points.
The
I'm going to
points
set my
that intersect the
compass.
line.
I'm going to make my compass the same width as those 2 points.
And the 2 points are the
Go
points
over.
that intersect the line.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so see how now I have it at the same width? So now I go over to my arc over here. I'm going to stick my compass in it. I'm sticking it into this point right here of intersection, and I'm going to draw an arc.
Oh, and then you get your protractor and draw lines
Slow
through
pig
it.
using her big brain.
Exactly, and that's the point through which I can draw
Also, that's how you copy an angle.
my other ray, and now I have copied this angle.
Wait, can we do this on the test?
So like I was telling Eric before, that you're not going to need to do this on a test, but they're going to give you a question about it, and you have to know the steps to do it.
Like how to do it.
Yeah. Number 1 was make an angle. Number 2 was draw an arc across the angle.
And number 3 is copy on the other side, or like the other angle you're gonna make.
Yeah. Copy the arc
And then number 4 was get the 2 points.
on another ray. Then, here, I'll do 4 over here.
Get the 2 points.
Yeah. Set the compass to the width of the arc.
And then number 5 is you copy it onto the other
Yeah,
ray. And then number 6 is you draw a line, go intersecting it.
exactly.
Okay, I got it.
Okay. So here's the copy of an angle. And if you're watching this later on, this is where you could pause and make sure you can do it on your own.
An angle.
Okay, next up. Parallel lines. Let me get it up.
Parallel lines.
We've done this already, parallel lines. We've actually done it already, but I'm going to.
Oh yeah, I remember.
Yeah, I'm
She
gonna
said
just.
parallel
With the
lines.
transversal. Yeah, I said parallel lines.
All right, so for parallel lines, I'm gonna start by making a line. Any line. I'm gonna call this A. And then I'm going to make a ray coming off of A. So basically I've made an angle. I'm starting it kind of in the same way. So I'm making an angle. And then somewhere along this ray right here, I'm going to draw another point. I'm going to label that point B. Now I'm going to take my protractor and I'm going to just draw an arc. This starts off very similar. I'm going to draw an arc. I'm not going to change the width, but I'm going to copy that arc through point B. So far, what have I done? What are my steps?
You make a
Copy
ray.
the arc.
Yeah, make an angle, make an arc.
And then make a line. Wait, get your other point.
Yeah, copy the arc
Copy the arc to get a point, which is point B
on point
or
B.
whatever. And then you want to use that same angle to draw more.
Yeah. So now I'm setting my compass to the same width as the arc. So there we go. Now it's at the same width. So set compass
Same width.
to the same width as the arc. And I'm going to go up to this intersection that I made, stick it in, and make a cross section.
Miss, we can barely see you. We just see your shadow. Oh, there
I know
you
the
are.
lighting is not good.
I can just see your bunny ears in the wait, not
They're
bunny.
not bunny ears.
Wait, mini ears.
Miss, how's Cosmo?
He's great. Okay, at this
Show
intersection,
him.
I'm going to
Draw a line.
draw a line.
How old is Cosmo?
He is about 9 months now. 9 months old. And here are my parallel lines. Those are my parallel lines.
Okay, I got it.
Questions for parallel?
Awesome.
So again, this was a little bit of a review. We've done it before, but I just wanted to do it again. Here's another one that we've already done. And by the way, I know that this seems like it's going on forever, but this is literally all we're doing today. So, oh, Jalen left and now he's back. Okay. Angle bisector. Oh, my bad. Hold on. We have not done this one. This one's new. So what's the difference between a segment bisector and an angle bisector?
A segment bisector cuts a segment in half, and an angle bisector cuts an angle in half.
Exactly. It's pretty simple. So I'm going to start by making an angle, any angle.
Also, I see two Jalens.
I'm going to put up 3 points. I've got 3 points. I'm just going to make an angle. So 2 rays. Okay, so there's my angle. Let's call this A, B,
C.
and C. I'm going to take my compass. Going to make it, doesn't really matter how wide it is. You just don't want to go super, super wide. But I could go like here.
But like if you make it super, super wide, it will be hard to hold.
Yeah. All right, so
So
I'm just,
what you could do is like do half of the line between A and I don't know what letter that is, C.
so
and
what you're
C.
trying to make is a line that cuts it in half. That's what we're trying to do.
Okay.
So I take my protractor, I'm going to set it on A, and I'm just going to make a tick mark on one side and a tick mark on the other side. You could go all the way, but really you just need one tick mark through one and one tick mark through the other. Okay, so now I've made a couple points here. I'm not going to label them. I'm just going to mark them. So I've made a point here and I made a point there. I'm not changing this. I'm going to put it on that point and make a tick mark somewhere over here. I'm going to put it on the other point and make another tick mark, and they're going to intersect. Okay, so I didn't change this whole time. I've had the same width. All I did was I brought it up over here and over here, and I made those 2 tick marks.
Step 2, make 2 tick marks. Wait,
Yeah, step 2,
yeah.
make an arc.
And then make your tick marks.
Step 3, yeah, put the compass on each intersection.
Oh, yeah. Then
And
would you
draw.
like draw a line between it?
Yeah,
Oh, so this is like only 4 steps.
yeah, this was pretty easy. And now I've got these 2 dots. I'm going to draw a line. There's my angle bisector.
Oh, and then they put it back on all those lines, and then that's how they make those problems.
Yeah,
And then A would be a reflexive if it had another back.
true. Yeah, this would be reflexive. And then these 2 smaller angles are congruent to each other. Questions on angle bisector?
No.
Awesome. Moving right along. We're almost there. We got 3 more. This one's the one we've done already. So perpendicular bisector. We actually did it when we were making that square inscribed in a circle. We've done this already, actually. But let's do this. So I'm going to make a line anywhere on the page. Just make a line and label the endpoints A and B. Okay, now I take my compass. I'm going to make it pretty wide. You want this to be wider than the halfway point. So if this is the halfway point, I want the compass to be a little bit wider than that. Okay, so I set it up pretty wide. And hold on, it's out of focus. Let me have it focus. There we go. And I'll draw a tick mark up above and a tick mark down below. Up above and down below. Then I do the same thing with B. I stick it into B and I cross my tick mark on the top and cross my tick mark down below. And now I've got these 2 nice points. We can call these C and D. And we'll draw a line straight through both. And now I have my perpendicular bisector where this is the midpoint, so I'll call it M, and both segments are congruent. let's review what we did. So what was step 1?
Make a line segment.
Mm-hmm.
Then make a point in between.
Well, I didn't make that point in between.
Oh,
Wait, can we like still do like the way how we did the triangle? No, not triangle. The one with the circle.
Yeah, this is the same. When we made the square inscribed in a circle, we made a perpendicular bisector. So we used this in a different construction.
Okay.
So what did we do? We made a line segment, and then remember I set my compass to be wider than halfway. So set your compass
wider than halfway.
wider than halfway. What did I do then?
Make the arcs.
Yeah, so make an arc above and below. Oops.
And then doing the same on the other side.
Mm-hmm. For both A and B. And then connect the intersecting points. Questions on perpendicular bisector? Ready for the last two? The last two are the hardest ones. I'm going to take them real slow. We got 20 minutes left. We'll spend all 20 minutes. Okay. So here we go. We're going to do the inscribed circle of a triangle. The inscribed circle of a triangle. So this is the one. I'll draw kind of like a fake one up here so we can remember what it is. This is the one where you have a triangle. And there's going to be a circle. Who remembers if this circle is supposed to be inside or outside the triangle?
Outside?
What is this called? This is called the
Oh, in.
inscribed circle. Yeah, so that tells you. So you're basically going to draw a triangle and then there's going to be a circle like inside it. This is obviously not perfectly drawn, but that's what we're aiming to get. Okay, so step 1, we're going to draw a triangle. I'm going to make mine super, super big. You do not need to make yours that big, but I just want to
Also,
make
it's
sure.
reverse. Instead of doing a triangle inside of a circle, you're doing a circle inside of a triangle.
Yeah, exactly. But later on, we'll do the opposite. Okay, I'm making mine, like I said, I'm making mine pretty big, but you do not need to make yours this big. So just put down 3 points and then connect them to make your triangle. Okay, so that's step 1, make a triangle. I'll give you guys a couple seconds to do that.
Does it matter which way we do it?
Nope, any triangle. So yours might look completely different than mine. So regardless of what yours looks like, still follow the steps that I'm taking, even if yours looks different.
Step 2, make a point inside the triangle.
No,
Dang it.
you can't just make points, you got to find them. Okay, so step 2, we're going to make the angle bisector of angle A. So we're making the angle bisector of angle A. So ready? So we've done angle bisector before, so now I'm just doing it on angle A. So I go to angle A and I draw an arc.
I feel like we're missing some people. Oh, we are.
We're missing Alejandro. All right, so
He
far,
still had like an appointment or something.
yeah. So far I've just made this arc. Now I'm gonna go to each of the intersection points. There's an intersection point here and down here. I'm not changing the width. I'm just going to each of those points and making a tick mark here
Oh, I thought you were gonna put a point on those intersects.
and a tick mark here. Let me make this one a little bit longer. There we go. Okay, so I just go to those intersections. I could make points, but I'm doing this a little quickly now because now I know how to do it perfectly. All I did was I made that intersection. And now I take my straight edge and I'm going to connect from the intersection to point A. And I'm going to make it a little bit longer. So I'm just making, this is my angle bisector. So angle A just got bisected. Questions so far?
No, I'm good.
Okay. Step 3, we're going to make the angle bisector of angle C. So we're doing the same thing that we just did here, but now we're doing it to angle C. So I'm going to rotate this around so that I can see it a little bit better. Okay. Same thing. Doesn't matter the width. It could be any width. But I'm going to start by making an arc. And now I've got 2 points of intersection. I'm going to make another arc above each of those points. And I didn't make that long enough, so I'm going to go back and fix it. There we go. Okay, so I made my arc, and then I made 2 arcs up above from each of these intersection points. And now I can connect the intersection of that with C. And I'm going to connect it, but also make it pretty long. So we made the angle bisector of angle A, and we made the angle bisector of angle B. Questions so far? I mean, this was angle C.
It's kind
I
of
was just
similar
about
to A.
say that.
All right. Well, now this place where they both intersect, that place where they both intersect, this is called my in-center. So I'm going to label this I. I is the in-center. It's called the in-center. Okay. Here's my last step, kind of. I'm going to take the in-center, and I want the in-center to be the perpendicular bisector of AC. So I'm going to say that again. I want the in-center to make a perpendicular bisector of AC. So I'm going to make
It sounds like incense, like those
perpendicular.
little candles things.
I'm going to make the perpendicular bisector of AC through point I. Okay. So what am I going to do? Ooh, who's coming in here? Oh, Eric left and came back. Let me give Eric a chance to come in. Hi, Eric. Okay. So now I have this point I. Like I said, I'm trying to make this the perpendicular bisector. So I'm going to take my protractor and I'm going to set it from A to I. Which, oh, hold up, that doesn't match. Hold on. That's a lie. I'm going to take, hold on, Miss Lopez got lost.
Everybody gets lost.
Everybody gets lost. Guys, I had to memorize all 9 of these, so I mean, you have to memorize all 9 of these too, so that's
Miss, I was just thinking, I
Mhm.
was like, Miss Lopez has such a big like brain capacity if she remembers all of this.
I know, I was literally practicing it before class just to make sure I memorized everything, and now I got a little bit lost. So give me 1 second to just review my notes. Hold on.
Okay, no worries.
You may chat amongst yourselves. Or don't. I mean, that's fine too. Oh, okay. Okay. I think I remember now. Okay. So again, this is the incenter, and I'm going to make it perpendicular. So I'm going to just take it. It doesn't matter where, but you're going to set your compass on the incenter. Okay, and then you're going to cross it on anywhere, wherever it crosses AC. Right here. Oops, my compass moved. Okay, and then on the other side of it. So you're basically making like a little tiny arc. You see that? Well, this arc crosses once, crosses twice. So I go to the first intersection, and I'm going to make a tick mark. I go to the second intersection, and I make another tick mark. It's a lot of tick marks in this one. Now from here, I connect that to I. And this point in the middle, that's my midpoint. So again, I just made the perpendicular bisector. Here's my midpoint. We're almost there. This is the last step. You ready? We've gone all this way. We have this
Yes.
crazy situation going on.
And we still haven't made the circle.
And we still haven't made the circle, but we're about to. So now I go to I and M, and I'm going to set my compass equal to that distance. So I and M,
This one is gonna have the most steps.
there it is. Oh no, I just moved it by accident. Okay, hold on.
Oh no.
There we go. Okay, there it is. Oh, Samaj is coming in. Okay. I put my compass on point I, and here's the magic step. This should work. Is it not gonna work? Oh my goodness. Hold on. I must have messed up at some point, guys. I'm sorry. This should be my circle, but it's a little bit off. Miss Lopez failed. Mine's a little bit off. So sad. It's okay. We can try again afterwards, but
It's okay, Miss. When you get it right, we'll cheer you on.
thank
Don't
you,
worry.
Perla. That's so kind of you. I appreciate
know.
Good girl,
it.
Perla.
We'll try this one again at the end, and I'll do it on a fresh sheet of paper, okay? But I do want to get to the last one before we run out of time. And you can
We
always,
have,
there's
like,
people on
20.
YouTube who do this like it's their job. Well, it is my job too, but they're better at it than I am. So you can always watch people on YouTube doing it as well. Inscribed circle. Final one, circumscribed
Describe
circle.
circumthing it.
So this one, the circle's not on the inside of the triangle. The circle's going to be
On the outside.
going around it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Something like crazy like this.
It's a bubble.
Yeah. It's like it's in a
So
bubble.
basically, the triangle is in the circle.
Yeah. So it's the opposite. So we'll start by making a triangle. I'm going to make this one a little bit smaller because I have to draw a circle around it. I know how to do this one, by the way. This one I know. I'm not going to fail you. All right, so I've made my circle. Let's call this ABC. All right, I'm going to make the perpendicular bisector of AC. So first let's make a triangle. So now I'm not making the angle bisector, I'm going to make the perpendicular bisector. Of AC. Okay, so AC is here. I'm going to set my compass a little bit wider than halfway. Okay, and I draw my tick mark somewhere above, somewhere below. I flip it over and I do the same thing with C. Somewhere above and somewhere below. I always do this where I don't make my first one long enough, so let me fix that.
The poor paper.
So there are my 2 tick marks. I connect them. Perpendicular bisector. Okay. Oh, thank you guys. You guys are cheering me on. I love it. Now we're going to make the perpendicular bisector. Of BC. So we're going to do the same thing with BC. So I go here. I'm going to set it wider than halfway. Great. I make a tick mark up above, a tick mark down below. I flip it over to B, make a tick mark up above, make a tick mark down below. I connect my lines. I connect them and I'm going to connect them all the way. Okay. So I made my 2 perpendicular bisectors, and where they meet, this isn't the in center, but this is, oh, let's call this,
The out center.
I'll call this O. No, it's called the circumcenter.
Oh my gosh.
The circumcenter. Kind of funny. And this one's even easier because we're on our last step now. We're going to set the compass to the width of OB. Basically, you're going to make it as the same width as the circumcenter to B. So from O to B. See, I have it at the same width. And now that it's at the same width, I can draw my circle. Ready? Here's the magic step. This should work. I think I did it. Did she do it? Ooh. Yeah, she did it.
Yay, Miss
There it
Lopez.
is. Create the circle. That was the last one. So this one's a little bit easier. But these are all my steps. If you're watching this at home later on, make sure you can pause it, go a little bit slower, follow it step by step, and see if you can make your own. And you should be able to make your own no matter what type of triangle you have. It's always going to work no matter which type of triangle you make. So in this case, mine was a little bit like it looks kind of like an isosceles triangle, but you can do it with any type of triangle and it'll still work. All right, y'all, that was everything. Let me switch over back to my desk. Okay. All right, y'all. So my gift to you on this fine Halloween is that you do not have a quiz.
Yay!
I actually made one. I made a whole quiz, and then I was like, you know
Wait.
what? Never
Yes,
mind.
I was getting
No,
mentally
I wanted a
prepared for
grade.
business.
Now I'm
Say that.
sad.
Say that again.
Who?
You.
Oh, I was getting mentally prepared for the quiz, so I was kind of ready.
You were ready for it? Well,
I'm
do you guys want me to make it extra credit? Because I can still post
Yes.
it and just make it extra credit.
No, miss, because my grandparents are coming today and we're going to eat, so I won't have time to do it, so I won't be able to get the extra
Can you
credit.
put it for Monday?
That's okay. I can make it due by Sunday.
Okay, sounds great.
Sound good?
Yes.
Okay, let's do that. So I'll put it up as a quiz, but it's extra credit only, due on Sunday night. That sounds good to me. Thank you guys for being patient. I know today was crazy, but I appreciate you.
welcome.
Tell Miss Ardaith I love her and I appreciate her. And I'll see you guys. Have a great rest of the weekend. I'll
Miss
see you guys
Ardice
on
did a
Monday.
heart.
See you guys on Monday, y'all.
Bye, Miss Lopez.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.